Hey guys, so I got another Love Island update. But before we get started, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and click that button. Let's get into it. So, we got a Love Island update from Miss Zeta and Timmy. We got a little PSA. So I got the call from management and they said, you need to tell people. So I said, okay. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and ain't nobody called me, but I'm just saying, I did get the message. And the memo said, y'all need to mind y'all business. That's pretty much what it said, but I'm going to read the message to you on what exactly it said, just so we can break it down and discuss it, because it's layers to how we're feeling, and I get it. But we're going to talk about why we feel the way we feel, okay? And we're going to be okay with it. I promise you, by the end of it, we're going to be okay. So, the PSA from Miss Zeta and Timmy. Timmy and I are very protective over our relationship. Loads of prayer and privacy goes into sustaining a relationship of this magnitude, and that's just what we're doing. Please try not to compare us to other couples. Y'all know this is hard. We've never been the type to move because we're told to, and we are beginning our post-villa relationship on our own terms. Just because you haven't seen us just yet, it does not mean there isn't an us. Trust me, we are just as obsessed with us as you are. So I promise you will get your Zimmy content very soon. Don't worry. We love you guys. Sincerely, management. I am totally fine with that. I love it. I'll never try to, to pretend like I'm a behavioral analyst and I know somebody's baselines and this, how people move. But I do know from my research that, well, one, Timmy has seemed to always be kind of private on his personal life. He does post his music and a little like silly things, but mostly on TikTok, actually. That seems to be the platform that he uses, but it doesn't contain like a whole lot of family or, post kind of girlfriend, anything like that. And we also know that he was not in a relationship. I think, was it for 4 years? So, he's well out of where you would see a whole bunch of personal business. And we also know that Zeta was in a place where she was not in a relationship, and she also, while open, is very intentional about what she puts out. And I think that's okay. And I think given their age, I think all these things have to come into play on how they want to move and what they're looking for, honestly and truthfully, out of a relationship. Because I know there's been a lot of talk, because if Zeta's posted some and Timmy hasn't posted much, and then there's the concern that, oh, well, he's not posting Zeta, this and that, and also, obviously, anytime we think somebody's not giving up the goods, we a lot of times think that a guy cannot sustain, which is so crazy. I mean, it's not crazy because I get it, okay? But also, what if she didn't want him? But it's always on the guy, or the guy doesn't want the girl. So we're dealing with that. But, I genuinely think at their age, one, I think you're looking for something. Because let's be honest, okay? Zeta is a beautiful woman. She is gorgeous. Timmy's a nice looking guy. And I'm sure he has the pick of the meal of whatever he wants. And he could get whatever he wants when he wants. And I think he's looking for more. I do. I think he's looking for more. And, I want it to be Zeta. I hope it's Zeta, for my own Love Island obsession's sake. But I really do think it's depth. And I think there's just, when it comes to women, we all got JJs. So, but in saying that, what else do you bring to the table? And again, y'all gotta read Zeta's blogs, because I think it just, first of all, we already see her on the show and how she presents. And then we also see her pre-villa as we go back, for those who were fans before of Zeta, or at least were somewhat familiar with her. But for those of us that maybe weren't and we're going back kind of looking, she had something to do, and that's most important. She had ambitions and things before Love Island. So it's not like she's just coming in and kind of riding just the wave of Love Island. It's like, look, I'm here. I have this. I have goals. I know she discussed wanting to be Storm and Black Panther. But, and it doesn't seem unreasonable to think that she couldn't be, because she does have a history of acting. she's good, because I'm actually going back and I've gone to watch some of her things, which I suggest, like, if you're trying to get your little, your Love Island fix or your Zeta fix, whatever. And I just think it's always great to support, especially when it's coming from genuine, sweet people. So that seems reasonable. Timmy is doing his music. Now, regardless, I know some of y'all have been clowning his stuff, but what I will say is he's consistent and he's doing it, you know? So again, both of them have some things to do. They both seem to have some similar backgrounds. And I think when you align that together, I think everything's going to be okay. And everybody, because we live in a time where everybody judges so much off of social media. And if you don't post, it can't be real. People are trying to force them to post. Like, look, everybody's different. I always use myself because, you know, who else can you use? But I am on social media. My husband is not. And this is well before anything I did on YouTube. Like, that's just who, you know, his personality. But because sometimes people are like, are y'all still together? We are married 10 years, guys. So it can be done. Like, I actually don't even post my husband that much. Like, I might post him here and there. But obviously he's not posting me at all because he's not online. But we're good. So, guys, it can be okay, okay? So don't worry. And I know we've seen other islanders. And let me, before I even get into our real issue, okay? It can be okay because they are both going to be okay, whether together or not. I think that where they are in life and what they have presented is all right. So if they don't make it, they're going to be okay, guys. But let's get into the real, okay? What we are dealing with, guys, and especially some of us of color. I'm just being real. I'm just going to put it out there. What we're dealing with that C word, and I hate to say it because I hate to even bring attention because, you know, because everybody should be able to move on with their life, okay? But I'm only referencing it because this is why we have the issue, okay? We're dealing with post-traumatic Caleb syndrome, okay? We saw Justine and Caleb, and we loved it. Now, because don't get me wrong, there are other couples that were like Love Island Love Island UK, Love Island USA that, you know, we're rooting for. But what drew us all in a lot, and, you know, and the Black love and this, because we don't get to see it that often. So many of us are like, you know, like, woo, like, right. And so we got post-villa content. We got him going to her family's house. We got the pumpkin patch. We got a lot of stuff, you know. We got a lot of things that fed the content that we wanted to see. But it turned out to be completely false. It turned out to be really, really hurtful for Justine. And just what we saw, like, I mean, like, for a long time, it was hard even watching her, like, kind of just disgusted on some levels because it just, you could see that it broke her in a lot of ways. And there were so many ugly comments, like, just, well, he could have never really wanted you. Like, I told y'all he wouldn't be into that. And I'm starting to see some of those layers, like, of that with Zeta. Thank God not as much, but I have seen some. And we're not going to break down colorism in this video today, but we know that it exists. And we know that it exists, but, like, you know, Timmy really couldn't really be interested in, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, and so we're dealing with all of those things. And unfortunately, sometimes we project our fears, our issues, our insecurities onto these couples. And I know it was like, that was traumatic. Like, because even if they broke up, like, in the way that Justine and Caleb broke up, that was just a whole low, right? And we don't want to go through that again. So that's what we're dealing with. So when we see what we want to see, and we see and we're excited, and we're scared to get too excited. So we're like, y'all post, so let us know it's real. But they don't have to do that for us, guys. I know it sucks because I'm one of the ones, I want to see Zimmy content. I do. Like, I really, and not even just pictures. Like, I genuinely like their thoughtfulness. I like to you know, I just like to hear what they have to say. I want to know their experience. I want to know everything for the most part, you know, but respectfully, okay, guys, it is going to be okay. We're going to be okay. They really seem to be into each other. And I don't think it is, because we did see a time, and I'm just saying because a lot of us are, I've seen a lot of comparisons to Justine and Caleb. And we did see kind of Caleb pushed this narrative, and I think Justine was kind of on the sidelines, like, okay, like, you know, kind of supporting him. And so when we see that, that's when he kind of was pushing, like, you know, we really want to be private. And, you know, like, so when people start to say that, it sounds like, okay, so you just really don't want to be out here like that because you got a whole nother life. But it does not have to mean that. And I say, because Zeta and Timmy are, it seems to be even on a whole nother level, just, and I'm talking about just from numbers wise, when we look at social media and the support that they've given. I think they are top in, especially like Love Island followers. So they have so much coming their way, so much. So it's, I mean, I would imagine it's overwhelming. And so they're trying to take it all in and trying to take it in just like you're trying to take it in. So imagine what they're, you know, like we feel anxious. We feel, so they feel it too, guys, probably. I can't speak for them, but I would imagine that there's an immense amount of pressure. And when you want something to last, if you feel this special connection, you know, you want to make sure it's real too, and make sure that you're not infatuated, obsessed with someone. I am actually dealing with several friends right now who I feel like have been in an infatuation for a little while, and stuff is kind of hitting the fan now because those real emotions, the real wasn't dealt with. And I know on the show we saw the Bria situation, and that was like a chance to kind of to test what, you know, like what would this look like? How do we handle situations, right? And then obviously I have to cause some more, but let's be real, guys. It's completely different from the real world. And when we're trying to navigate travel, different businesses, how, you know, whatever we're doing, they're going to have to learn how to navigate. And we are all hopeful that they learn how to navigate it together. But if they don't, for whatever reason, let's be gentle with each other. Let's be gentle with them. Now, hopefully we, again, like I said, I never want to go because that was draining. If y'all see, that's how I got into the Love Island videos, was the whole Caleb Justine debacle, okay? So let's not take me back to that place, okay? Because I have really worked on myself. So I need Zeta and Timmy. We don't need to have any flare-ups like that, but I don't see them coming. I think people have learned too, like, I mean, wisdom, you know, I think nobody wants to go through that. Y'all got that man still scared to post, okay? Because he only posting his stories because he thinks y'all waiting in the trenches, okay? So y'all, some of y'all fans is a little, you know, okay? So, but I think y'all have scared enough people that, and we don't, you know, we don't want people threatening people. Like, I know we laugh and joke about it, but I don't think anything warrants threats and those kind of things. So I just don't want to see it get ugly, okay, guys? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think we're good and safe. I think it is perfectly fine for them to take the time to take it all in. I mean, they got offers. They probably have a whole slew of things coming in that they want to review as a business and as branding, but also for individually and also as a couple, okay? And so, and they're 29, you know, it's go time. That doesn't have to be, I'm not saying this about people, you know, because you don't have to be married, but sometimes, you know, it's a time to settle down and be grounded in life, period. And it doesn't mean you don't have to have fun, so I'm not saying that, but it is a time where sometimes you do start to look at life a little bit different, and you start to say, okay, well, really, you know, I've kind of lived out my 20s, I've had fun. What are the goals moving forward? What do I really, you know, what I really want to accomplish? What do I want my life to look like? How do I want to live comfortably? How can I do these things? And that's if you want to have kids, if you don't, you know, like whatever, you're really trying to figure out what that looks like, and then have the resources to live the kind of life that you want to live, to help your family, whatever it may be. But we're going to be okay, guys. Okay. So don't worry. We know our post-traumatic situation, okay? We can talk about it. That's why it's here. This forum is here for us to talk about it in a safe space. I will always comment. I will always join you in the comments. So make sure that you're subscribed so we can talk about it, have these conversations. I can't wait to update you on more things. But the way my heart jumped out of my chest, y'all, I was scared, okay? But we're good, so it's good. So, but I can't wait to update you guys on more stuff. And I look forward to talking with you guys soon. You all have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend if I don't see or speak to you guys again. But love, light, blessings, guys. And I'll chat with you guys later.